ULL is a really good football team. They got 9 returning starters. They won 10 games last year, played for the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Last year beat a Power 4 team in the regular season. I think defensively the strength of their team is with their defensive line. With as much pressure as we allowed and sacks as we allowed with our quarterback and our inability to gain short yardage in critical situations, I think it's going to be a real challenge for our team to improve in that way. Their offense is led by their 2 running backs. I think both of those guys are really good football players, and we know there's good running backs in the Sun Belt. We have one now that started his career there. So we know that those guys are really talented. I think they returned both starters at the tackle positions. And so, they allow or they do a really good job controlling the clock. We know defensively that's something we must improve on after allowing, 3 really explosive long drives, one specifically in the fourth quarter. So something that we have to improve on, and this team is absolutely a team that will test us in those ways.
You mentioned the talent and the players that are in the Sun Belt. You obviously know that pretty well. But when it comes to when you're scouting the portal for Sun Belt players, are there specific traits or things that you're looking for in order to add them to the roster?
If they're good enough to help us win, in 2019 when I was at App State, we had 6 guys that are still playing in the pros right now. That's a pretty good roster. It took me to year 3 to get that here. So it's just whether or not they're good enough to win. And I think there's times where characteristics are important as far as physical traits. But in that league, it's usually they didn't have the physical traits. That's why they're there. And then they just prove how good of a football player they are. And there's something about their work ethic, toughness, desire to improve that gives them that opportunity.